Alright, welcome back everyone. This is going to be game 2 between Oxygen and Unio Junt for the upper bracket match in the Storm 2010 event, brought to us by cybergamer.com.au and sponsored by Western Digital and their Velociraptor hard drive series. $5,000 on the line in this entire tournament, $17.50 for first place. One of these guys definitely wants it. We had a cracker of a game for the first one on Blistering Sands. We're going into Steps of War, and I'm joined now by Toby One. How you going, mate?
I'm doing pretty well. I think finally I'm actually happy I get to be on Unstable Stream. I am very, very chuffed, man.
Nice. Yes. But in the meantime, we're going to have Oxygen spawning at the top right-hand corner here as the blue Terran. And Unio John as the red Terran down the bottom left. Now, anyone just joining us, both these guys are powerhouses over here in the SCA server. Unio John known for being an A-level IC Cup Brood War player. That is absolutely insane. Like, it's like the top 0.01% or something crazy like that. And he did it in Korean prime time too, which is very impressive. On the other hand, we do have Oxygen, who's pretty much a newcomer to the StarCraft 2 scene. He's from Singapore. Really busted out in the Blizzard Invitational when he knocked out Glade to the lower bracket, which no one expected. And he did cop a lot of flack for that, for being a very one-base, cheesy, just random type thing for a Terran player. And he's actually blown me away from game 1. He just went straight into a macro game, and I'm really liking it. But just like game 1, we have mirror build orders. Pretty much 2 to 3 seconds difference in this build order. So I'm really waiting for the time when we see a difference in. So as we get through this.
Build orders at the moment, just getting their gas and barracks straight into an orbital command for both players. It's just exactly the same. I think this is just the standard in Terran vs Terran.
Yeah, a lot of the build orders coming in mirror matchups are pretty much identical until a certain point. It's identical here until the second, like after the second depot for TVT. In PvP, it's do you get the second gateway or do you get the second assimilator? In Zerg, it's pretty much about the timing of the spawning pool, really. But we do have those first Marines out for both players, going to shut down any kind of scouting, which is good. What do we got? Bit of a weird placement there by Unio John on his supply depot. Probably just going to place it there as an early kind of precursor to stopping any kind of drops. And here we go. We got factories for both players. Oh my god, is that like exact timing?
Yes.
Gotta love mirror matchups. That's craziness. Different building placement from last game, though. What do you think about that, Paz? The different placement.
I like YYJ's placement a little bit more. He's using the map, space around his base there to actually scout it out. Whereas Oxygen, not quite as much with his depot placement. So.
This is actually going to trip me out, because last game their colours were swapped. You're talking about Oxygen and I swapped to the red guy going, hang on, that's not him. God. But I suppose it's better than the pink and teal colours where you can't tell the difference when they're actually fighting.
Especially with Protoss units.
Yes, that's absolutely true. So we do have 4 Marines for Oxygen and 3 for Unio John. We have a quick look here. Just exactly the same build orders. Unio John going for the reactor first instead as well. So just exactly the same gameplay. I'm kind of interested.
Yeah, there's almost nothing to talk about really. They're both going for that 1-1-1 build when you get one of each tech structure there with the barracks, the factory, and the starport extremely fast. And then you transition into something after that. So it'll be interesting to see who builds a tank and who builds a Banshee.
Yeah.
They both have tech labs. And we do see tank and dropship for Oxygen, and for YYJ, nothing.
No, we have a Viking. Nicely done. That is going to shut down that Medivac really hard. Good choice by YYJ there. Just contrasting to game 1, it's really what won Oxygen in the game is he had the siege research a lot quicker than Unio John, and actually got a little bit of abusive with that tank range on the bottom of the cliff, using his Vikings and Banshees to get vision on the top. And Steps of War is notorious for this. But we do have a push out here from Oxygen. So, Toby, do you want to give us a rundown on what's going to happen here? Give us a play-by-play, mate. You know how to do it.
that we can actually do. Yeah, I'm also worried a little bit about that Viking getting on that manufacturing. Should be the switch over to with the tech lab now on the back of the starport. The siege tank decides to actually push in, so a bit of a marine siege tank pushing in, and SCV's going to try and make a bit of a wall as Marines attacking from the backside. The tanks have a great old time with that one. Medivacs keeping them all alive, having to pick them up right now, picking up 4 of the Marines, dropping them down again on the starport. More SCVs coming in. Marines reinforcements still trying to push them down there. The tank having a great old time, but it finally goes down. Medivac gets taken down as well, and one poor little Marine gets to go and live and talk about the tail. No, he doesn't. He actually goes down on the way out too.
Oh, that was very unfortunate. I'm not sure who came up ahead in that because a lot of SCVs had to be pulled and a lot of them actually went down. If we have a quick look back, Oxygen is now up 7 SCVs and Yunyo Jun is sitting on about 9 or 10 Marines. Really unfortunate that Oxygen did lose that tank there. He pulled it into the Medivac and got the Medivac sniped. I'm pretty sure he wanted to save that guy. Something shocking. But in the meantime, we don't have siege research coming from Oxygen yet. That's really interesting. But, oh my god, he's done it to me again. He's got that fast command center. That is going to be putting him far ahead now.
Very far ahead. That command center is so early. You should be able to turn it into an orbital command and just start paying for itself straight away. Vikings now coming out for Oxygen. Going to engage the Viking from YYJ, but he's doing some nice repair on that and have to force Oxygen out of his base.
Yeah, so definitely. Good choice there by Yunyo Jun. It's the little tiny things like this that they don't seem like much, but they are huge when it's in this level of play. Like even like when we were saying before, there's like 3 to 4 seconds difference on that build order. But I can show you countless of replays when 3 to 4 seconds of a different tech structure coming out has saved the game for one player or the other. But here we go. We got Yunyo Jun pushing out. What are we going to see here? I don't know. I'm not sure if Oxygen's going to be ready for this push. He has. Oh, his siege research is still about a minute away. Oh, that's going to be dangerous. Take it away, Toby. What are we going to see?
Oh, we're going to see carnage. They're not going to be able to hold this one off. Let's see Shanks on the ground, but the Viking has really got to bring down that Banshee. And is he going to get through? Marines still moving up. The moving the Sea Shanks to the front lines to try and defend against the Marines. They're all fighting on the choke point right now, getting pushed themselves back. One SCV thought he would actually have a bit of a crack too, but he has to fall back. And he's testing. Yu Young now with the siege building up. He's just going to set up a little bit of a base out the front. And I don't think that there's many options for Oxygen unless he can get some way of pushing out there, but he's still going to get ripped.
Yeah. Thankfully, because Terran are that strong race, he is going to be able to lift up that command center and put it all the way around the back at the gold. A good choice by Yunyo Jun to put up this little just wall, not letting Oxygen expand. I'm pretty sure that Yunyo Jun did... Oh no, he did see that command center with that push up the ramp there, so he expects something. I'm kind of confused about to... No, okay, siege research is done for Oxygen. Good choice by YYJ pulling back there, because he knows he cannot face the higher ground siege tank there. But in the meantime, he is getting his own expansion up. But Oxygen definitely ahead in the eco war here. He is 9 workers ahead. His expansion's about to drop down. It already has an orbital command. It's got 112 energy too from being up in the air that long. So he's going to power ahead in this eco war. What do you think, Paz?
Oxygen has those 2 starports out now, so he'll be able to take dominance in the air, which is exactly what you need. The tanks actually kill everything and do all the damage, but you need to be dominant in the air so you have that vision. So with those 2 starports, I think he's just going to pull further and further ahead.
Yeah, definitely. There is 4 tanks in the army of Yunyo Jun, but only 2 for Oxygen. If you have a look at the food count, we're at 62 supply for Oxygen and 59 for Yunyo Jun, but I'm pretty sure a lot of that is in the SCV count. But Yunyo Jun maybe looking to a push up here. Great choice of that Marine first, seeing what's up there. Great choice by him there. He's really... he doesn't want to walk those Marines past those trees there, otherwise they will get 2-shot into oblivion. So, what do you think we're going to see here from Yunyo Jun to get back in the game here from behind in this eco war, Paz?
I honestly don't know at this point. He's really, really behind in SCV count and unit count. I think he needs to focus on the ground game. Look, he's losing all his air units right here. Viking's going to take out his...
Oh my god! He just lost that that Raven. He almost saved it and then turned it around for a slight second for Oxygen to take it out. That point defense drone almost saving the day, but unfortunately not. That was really bad luck for Yunyo Jun. He needed that point defense drone to deal with these Vikings.
I think Yunyo Jun's actually missed his timing window here for pushing up with his ground forces when he had significantly larger ground force. The air force from Oxygen is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger until there's nothing he can do about it as he adds more and more Banshees and Vikings. And look in the main, he's just doing so much damage.
Yeah, definitely. Dropping those down, getting a quick hit on the SCVs. They're just... Oh my god, they're tearing the SCVs apart! There's going to be none left. That's everything down for Junior John, he's got his tank set up as the abusive spot on Steps of War here, which I was looking at just before you told me about the drop in the main. So he's going to shut down that expansion, but really, he is so far behind now. This is going to be good game pretty quickly, and this is going to be a big upset to a lot of people. They expected Junior John to walk all over Oxygen. I am definitely a fan of Oxygen's unique style now. He can pull out both styles, cheesy and long-term macro. That is insane.
He doesn't want to give it up yet, though. Yeah, look, just moving the command center around, even though the Vikings are harassing using the SCV to keep it alive, and then the reinforcements are going to come back in again. So I wouldn't count him out just now. He's taken a hell of a lot of damage, but he doesn't want to give up.
Yeah, if he can stop these Vikings and Banshees, he might be okay, because as we know, Terrans have mules to get him back in there. He does have 2 orbital commands, but it comes down to when Oxygen wants to push here. Junior John has left a couple of tanks and marines there. Oh, they're in range now, but there's no air support for these things down the bottom of the ramp, and they're going to get slaughtered. Good night for those tanks. Ouch. Oh my god. So, we have a quick look here. 0 harvesters for Junior John. Sorry, he has 1 now. Versus 41 at Oxygen. And the food counts are 20 for Junior John versus this 93 of Oxygen. Here comes the death push. GG any second from this. As soon as Junior John sees his force, he is unfortunately going to bow down into the lower bracket.
Yeah, Oxygen taking this game, taking the match very decisively actually overall. Wasn't that close once he dominated with that expansion in both games. Just pulled so far ahead.
So congratulations to to Oxygen there, 2-0 over YYJ.